So today is the 18th of April, and we're just about to head off. Well, we literally left the home about 5 minutes ago. We've stopped here at KFC because it's just at dinner time now. We're hungry, and we spent the last few hours just running around the house, packing our suitcases, and we're about to head off to Belgium. Now, this is the first time, guys, that I will have driven my own vehicle across the waters to another country. I normally rent a car, depending on where I'm going. But, you know, for a change, I thought, when I drive my own, we can go at our own pace. We can stop and see things along the way where we want to. In the comfort of my own car. It's something different. It's Easter bank holiday weekend, so we're driving down. It's a 3.5 hour drive down to the port of Dover, across the sea to Calais in France. Our first destination is just like a short drive away to Dunkirk, and then over the next few days we'll be going from Dunkirk to Bruges in Belgium, and then to a little town called Dinant. Here's a little fun fact. So the ferry leaves at 11:20 at night. We have to check in 45 minutes before, at the latest 45 minutes before our departure. So that means we have to get to the port around 10:30 at night, right? Based on current conditions, the sat-nav estimates we will arrive at 10:15, so we've got a very short window. And here comes Rachel with the KFC.
Don't pressure me. Ah, my hair. Well, I got mine, where's yours?
So we got to Calais. The ferry ride wasn't particularly great. I mean, the ferry itself was okay, but like everybody on the ferry just wanted them to jump off. There's so many teenagers just running around, being loud. Bearing in mind it's after midnight. People are tired and they're just being a nuisance basically. And no matter where you went on the ferry, all the sort of communal areas, the restaurants and that, are just full of these imbeciles. And I wanted to come back to the car, but they lock all the doors so you can't go back down, so we were kind of stuck around just waiting to arrive at Calais. But we have arrived. Everyone's just got to their cars. We're about to start heading off, and then we make our onward journey to Dunkirk. Not sure how long this bit takes.
There's already some cars moving.
Alright, maybe we'll be moving a bit quicker than we anticipate. So we didn't vlog all that much yesterday because obviously we had a 3.5 hour drive down to Dover Port, and then it was dark so you couldn't really see anything. By the time we got to the hotel it was coming up to like, I think 2:45 we actually arrived here. So we just parked up in the street, checked in, come up here to our room and just literally pretty much crashed there straight away. So there's not much point trying to vlog anything, even to show you our room. I'll show you the room now actually. I mean, it's nice enough. So we've just gone down for breakfast, just got ready, and we're about to check out. We literally probably spent no more than like 7 hours here. It's crazy. We literally like got in, slept, woke up, got ready, had breakfast, and we're about to check out. But today we're going to be going to the sort of harbour area of Dunkirk to look at some like war memorial stuff, go to the beach where it all kicked off all those years ago. And then I think around lunchtime thereabouts, we're going to head off to Bruges. Given that I'm the filmmaker here and also designated driver, I suspect that between locations there won't be an awful lot of footage, so it might be a lot of fast travel from here to Bruges to Dinan, so apologies for that. Given the history of Dunkirk, you'd think that we'd love to visit the war museums, and we do, except the war museum has been closed for renovations. Won't be open until like May or June, so we're not struggling for things to do in Dunkirk, but it's restricting us what we can do. There's not an awful lot here. There's the usual stuff, aquariums, zoos and that, but we've done all that kind of stuff before, so we want to really try and absorb some of the history here. So we've crossed the road, headed to the beach, the infamous beach. So at least in that respect, we don't have to worry about leaving earlier and missing stuff. There's not a lot to do here, so we'll do the beach, have a wander around, and then we'll probably just head back to the car and drive to Bruges.
What are you doing?
Ice cream?
Don't throw me eating it.
The beach is pretty quiet, I found. Thought it'd be, especially for a bank holiday, be much busier than it actually was. The car park's been empty as well. So yeah, so I felt like we had it all to ourselves in a way. So we had ice creams, had a wander, a little stroll around the beach and reminisced. I wouldn't call it reminiscing. No, that's what I mean, it wasn't reminiscing, but like, just had a moment to think about like the past. And we're heading off to a little memorial now. We just spotted, which seems to have like poppies and like statues and things. So this is like a memorial for the war. We've just accessed the sort of war memorial garden area. You can see behind me we've got the poppies, which from a distance they look like poppies, but as you get closer you realise actually they are supposed to be poppies, but they're represented by concrete rocks, which there's nothing around, no plaques for descriptions, but we're kind of assuming these rocks were from the remains of bunkers and things during the war. And as you can see, they're on sort of metal rods, which you normally use for like construction, I guess. So it's interesting that they've used that to depict the war, and obviously not to forget its history. After a bit of googling, we realised that the poppies weren't even part of a memorial, but in fact a piece of contemporary art. Everyone has their own takeaways on art, so for me, that was mine. So after seeing a few things in Dunkirk, we got itchy bottoms and we're dying to get on the move. So we finally set off on our journey to Bruges. I'd love to say the scenery was amazing, but in actual fact, a lot of what we were driving on was just motorway. What was interesting was that 5 minutes out from our destination, we could have been in any European city. And then we took a right turn and all the buildings looked old, they were small, and the roads were tiny, and literally it became the Bruges that we all know and love. So we got to our hotel in Bruges and it is an amazing find. I mean, it's not cheap to stay here. I'd forgotten how much I paid for it until I looked at the receipt and I was like, oh. But it's a lovely place. It's very, very nice. I've got a can of Monster Energy just to give myself some extra boost because, you know, with 4.5 to 5 hours sleep at best last night and all the driving I did yesterday and the driving I did to get here today, I need to try and stay awake to make sure that I enjoy Bruges and all the walking that we're about to do. So yeah, we absolutely struck gold with this place. Beautiful hotel. But of course we're not here for the hotel, we're here to see Bruges. So off we trot, exploring around the streets of Bruges, seeing what wonderful sights we can take in, what kind of culture we can soak up. And yes, these streets are completely full of chocolate shops. We are looking for stuff to do. We're just wandering around at the moment, just trying to find like something that might catch our interest. So we're just on the Google, finding out what's around and what's close to us, and then we'll head off there and explore. So we're here at the sort of old square thing, and behind me we got the church, the basilica, was it?
Yeah, something basilica with holy blood or something.
Right, so apparently it contains the blood of Jesus, which is already a stretch to believe. But to make it worse, Rachel just informed me that they don't actually allow you to go and see the blood. You've just got to take their word for it. So if you're already quite skeptical, then that just basically is blatantly a lie. Got some more old looking buildings behind us and some sort of park over there. So we'll check that out in a minute. So we've opted to come to the beer museum and hopefully have some beer as well. Oh, just walked into the side. Just walked into the railing. Ow. Well, that's cool.
Okay.
Like a fruit cider, but beer, and this basically is that.
It is basically very stout, it's quite heavy. Very honey-like. It's the one that's got the caramel in it, isn't it? I might like that one, it's a bit sweet for me though.
Guys, got a bit of a sweet tooth. That's not bad. Not as Karen as I thought. Prefer the red.
This is a weak beer. I think I'm gonna like it. It's a complicated flavour.
Complicated flavour.
Just try it. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, this is like. It's like two different, it's like a good smell and a bad smell at the same time. Oh, that's weird. It's hard to, I've got no words for this. They're just for it. I'd say, oh, that's what it is. It's it's one of them. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's the easy drinker. Yeah, typical sort of beer, really. Nothing special, but it's nice. Now, drive and down them. After lapping up that beautiful beer, we decided to take a stroll around Bruges for the evening. Apparently that's toast, not this toast. That's toast has the best breakfast. Someone claimed in all of Europe, so tomorrow we're going to check out this beautiful place.